さあ入ってくれ。ちょうど火を起こしたところだ。座って体を温めてくれ。
ワインをいただける？
もちろんよ。
気に入ったものがあったら教えてくれ。
By the nine! I can't believe it's you. I was just asking around if anyone knew where I might find you.
随分と荒野に慣れたお方のようだ。きっと狩りに必要なも
My
のが揃
master
いま
and
す
I
よ。
recently arrived here in Skyrim from Citadel. It's been a long journey, but he sent me to see if I could find you. I thought I'd check the tavern and inn here in Whiterun first, and then set out for the other towns tomorrow. But fortunately, the gods favor me today, as you seem to have found me
最近
instead.
合わせでしょ？
He's heard of your escape from that awful dragon attack and urgently needs to speak with you. I know nothing more than that. He's at the inn in Falkreath. Could you please meet him at your earliest convenience? He only wishes to talk to you. Here, he gave me this note to give you, and a small token of his appreciation. Now then, I bid you good day, as I have another errand to
お求め
run.
なら
No rest for the weary, as they say. Good day.
やあ友よ、市場へは狩猟用品を買いに？獲物は何だ？ああ、気にしないでくれ。別に知りたくない。取引していただき本当に感謝します。
ここに逃げていったのね。
誰か何とかして。
先制します。
もうたくさんだわ。
今のは何だ。いたな。
誰か助けて。
いや
その命もらいます。
ネレバルよ、導きたまえ。
そこ。よけてください。
汚らわしい。
茶番でしたね。 落ち着いて。知らない場所ね。
ドラゴンボーンの帰還？我々の誰かがその名誉と巨大な力を持っているかも。
いらっしゃい。欲しいものがあったら何なりと。確かこの辺に綺麗なカップがあったんだけど。デッドマンズドリンクへようこそ。ほら、これを見て。市長の手下がここに来て手配書を置いていったわ。町で面白い噂があれば必ず教えてくださいね。
Can I help you, friend?
Oh, bless the divines, you came! Well met, and welcome. We have much to discuss. Will you tell me, what happened at Helgen? Well, no, now that you mention it. Then it's as I feared. My brother and his family are lost. Gods damn it all. I'd hoped for better news. Yes, I've heard the fort is full of them. But appearances can also be deceiving. If I'm right, these are no bandits at all. I have it on good authority there is a man known only as Val inside the keep. He's the leader of a small group of mercenaries, for lack of a better term. Their aim is to kill Thalmor wherever they're found. That they've come out of hiding is beyond mysterious. They're insurrectionists. A resistance movement, if you will. His name is Valerius Tiberius Artoria. We served for many years together in the Imperial Legion, as captains under Titus Mede II during the Great War. He was a good man in those days, an honorable man. Then the Aldmeri invaded, and murdered his wife, son, and daughter in cold blood. They marched them down the streets of the Imperial City and tortured them until they were dead, right in front of the Imperial Palace itself. They said, "Let it be known that any family members of Imperial officers found anywhere else in the province would receive a similar fate." There were many such atrocities committed by those wretched maggots within those walls, and even more unspeakable tragedies in the rest of Cyrodiil. We were under orders to flee the city for Skyrim when they invaded. We left our people, our families, defenseless. Most did not survive. The few that did make it out of there were scattered as refugees throughout the rest of the province. The plan was to regroup here in Skyrim, rest and resupply our forces, and return to the Imperial City to retake it. That took almost a year. Surely you know the history. If not, this book will help you understand a little of what we went through. When we finally returned to the city, there wasn't much left. We split our forces, and I led the charge from the southern waterfront district, while Valerius attacked from the west. March right down to the main gate and knock on the door, he said. The man had guts, that's for sure. After we retook the city, he started to change. He knew his family was gone, but when he learned that they were tortured in the streets, he went mad and vowed to avenge their deaths. He started conducting covert operations that were unknown even to me, his closest friend. He took a handful of his most loyal men and began assassinating Aldmeri officers and diplomats, wherever he could find them. Of course, all of this was without knowledge or consent from our commanders. When they were caught, well, let's just say justice was swift. But the Aldmeri feared making a martyr out of him, as they knew the people were aware of his family's torture and murder. No, but under pressure from the Thalmor, Titus locked him and his men away in the Imperial prison for the rest of their lives. Soon after, I decided my service had come to its end, and retired from the Legion. But you don't get to be a captain and not accumulate a few favors. Well, yes and no. I wasn't actually involved in the operation, but a young lieutenant who served under me was stationed there after I retired. And he found an ancient passage out of the prison that had long been forgotten about. We always heard the stories about it from ages ago, but none of us believed they were true, and dismissed them as fairy tales. But they were true, and Lieutenant Buckingsley found the passage. So, on a dark and stormy night, Buckingsley quietly slipped a key into Valerius' cell and created a diversion, which bought Val enough time to escape. They went straight away to Hammerfell to join the Red Guard rebellion against the Aldmeri Dominion. It was rumored a secret brotherhood who called itself the Keepers of Hatu was formed after the signing of the Second Treaty of Stros Mackay. Most people passed these rumors off as baseless gossip, but the name Hatu always had intrigued me. Hatu was the mountain where the Red Guard hero Frandar Hunding and his sword singers made their final stand against the armies of Hera. It was a bloody battle in their history, but their victory led them to a new land they named Hammerfell, which began the modern-day Red Guard Society. Here, I brought a few of my old books along just to refresh my memory. Perhaps you'd like to study them, if you're interested in history. You may read them at your leisure. Where were we? Oh, yes, the name is a metaphor, meant to imply a final stand, much the same as the one Frandar made at Hatu Mountain. It was also widely known that this brotherhood was made of all races, all united in a singular cause under the banner of the hammer and anvil. Yes, I see you've been listening. Not only defeat them, though. That would not be enough. But to cleanse Tamriel of the Thalmor and their racist Aldmeri dominion forever. Yes, interesting, isn't it? I've heard the name Valerius Artoria associated with them on more than one occasion. First, who better to lead such an organization than someone as skilled in warfare as he? Second, who better to intimidate your enemy than a legend well known as an assassin of their kind, even if he were dead? And if he is still alive, and his men still serve with him, it seems logical that they would return to Skyrim along with the Thalmor. I need you to go try and talk to Valerius. Reason with him. Tell him Marcus Janus requests a meeting with him. Tell him I'll come to the fort alone. Present company excluded, of course. Give this ring to him. It was his wife's wedding band. If any of his men try to accost you, show it to them and tell them it is a gesture of goodwill from me. They'll give you quarter if they know I sent you. Approach the guards and show them the ring. Tell them Marcus Janus sent you to see Valerius Tiberius Artoria on urgent business. Show them this note with my seal, but tell them it's for Valerius. His eyes only. Please return to me as soon as you can. I'll prepare to leave and be ready to go when you return. Make haste, young one, and may fortune favor the foolish.
気をつけるのだ、次女のテクラは。私の甥のシドゲイルに情報。
見事ね、素晴らしい働きだわ。さあ報酬よ。
会えて嬉しいよ。ああ、君がそうか。では噂通りの人物かどうかちょっと確かめようじゃないか。この地には山賊がいる。私は彼らと何度か秘密の取引をしていたんだがね。当初は私の取り分も悪くなかったが、そろそろ清算したくなったのだよ。君が片付けてくれないか。よし。それではまた。
私がここの執政よ。シドゲール首長に仕えているの。その前はデンジェール首長に仕えていたわ。英知があなたの行く道を照らし続けますように。
Stop right there. Don't even think about moving. You see my friends coming? They won't hesitate to kill you if you so much as breathe funny. Now, who are you? And what is the meaning of this intrusion? Quickly now, speak! Then you need to give me a reason why we shouldn't just kill you where you stand. Never heard of him? You are mistaken. There's nobody by that name here. Now, be on your way. We don't want to hurt you. Don't know him either. I'm beginning to run out of patience with you. Leave now. I don't know who you are, stranger, or what you want, but I advise you to choose your words very carefully from here on out. Let me see that. Did you say Marcus Janus? From the war, Marcus Janus. Why didn't you say so? Very well. I will take you inside. But all of us have our eyes on you. And if you try and start trouble, it will be the last trouble you ever start. Follow me.
Balfring, what do you think you're doing? Who is this person, and why have you brought them here?
She has an urgent message for you from Marcus Janus. She was alone, and I thought you would want to talk to her.
What? Marcus Janus? Balfring, have you gone completely mad? That's impossible.
I thought the same thing, sir, but it's true. She showed me a letter to you with Marcus's seal. It's real, all right. And sir, somehow Marcus has found Sabrina's wedding ring and sent it to you.
Very well. We'll see about this. Balfring, you are dismissed. All of you may resume your patrols.
Yes, sir.
I don't know who you are or why you're here, so you'd better have some good answers to my questions. May I see that ring? You say you were sent by Marcus Janus? Where is he now? And do you know how he came into possession of this ring? Yes, I suppose that may have been possible, but this is all so overwhelming. Thank you. I love them very deeply. I nearly went mad after they were murdered by those Altmeri dogs. I wanted nothing but vengeance. Every day of my life is burned with nothing but the desire to make them pay for their murders. But enough of that. Let's see this letter you brought. Yes. Marcus Janus. It's certainly you, all right. But what do you want with me? Tell me, how has he found me here? Very clever, that one. Always was. Bandits. That's not far from the truth, though. Fitting ruse is that's about what we've become. Living our lives in the shadows, hiding and skulking about like some caged skeever looking for his next piece of cheese. Honor? Bah. Any honor I had died with the first Altmeri diplomat I assassinated. I'm not the same man he knew. But no doubt he's filled your head with tales of glory from the war, and stories of the Keepers of Hatu. Oh, I'm afraid that man no longer exists. This hatred, it's consumed me, taken my life. I suppose I would still be rotting down in that damn prison were it not for Marcus. Now I'm just rotting here instead. And rot is nonetheless still rot. The only difference, really, is where and how. Why would he want to help me? After he sees what I've become, he'll leave soon enough. But go tell him I'll meet with him regardless. At least then we can say our proper goodbyes to one another. We never got to do that before. Now, be gone. Please leave me in peace.
さあ入って。必要なものがあれば何なりと。火のそばに座って、すぐ人をやりますから。気をつけて。
The Civil War, it's bad for Skyrim. Let's hope it ends quickly.
いつかテクラをここに雇うべきね。彼女がデンジェールに使える時間が減るといいのだけど。なーり。
Excellent. Well done, my friend. I'm ready to go, but there's just one thing. I'm getting too old for fighting. Well, at least by myself, that is. I was hoping that it wouldn't be too much of a burden on you to escort me to the keep. There's another 250 gold in it for you, if you will. I'm right behind you, but don't go too fast. Unlike you young ones, I'm not cut out for this shite anymore.
外で犬を見たか？ほう。鍛冶屋が道で見た犬に賞金をかけたんだ。お前が見ていればと思ったんだが。見張りを続ける。ここにいる間は面倒に巻き込まれないようにな、よそ者。
逃がしません。敵ですか？もっと強くなれるはず。愚かね。
命はいただいた。
やるしかないですか？当てる。集中よ。 地図に書いておきましょう。
そこの人、どうか助けてくれ。吸血鬼に襲われたんだ。吸血鬼に変わる前に治せる薬か何かを持っていないか。避けていけるよう地図に書く。どうか助けてくれ。助けないなら司祭を探しに行くのでそこをどいてくれ。それなら邪魔しないでくれ。町へ行って司祭を探さなくては。
怖いもの見たさってやつか。いきなり襲ってこなかっただけでも感謝すべきなのかもな。感染者なんだ。ペライトのご加護がなかったら1年前にとっくに死んでただろうな。ハイロックに戻る。羊飼いが道に迷ったんだ。ペライトの怒りを買ったら彼と残っていたものが危ない。詳しくはケッシュから聞いてくれ。すぐにでもスカイリムを断たなければならない。
Valerius Tiberius Artoria, you old dog. Come here, my friend. Let us have a look at you.
Marcus, why have you come here?
Valerius, I'm sure this is quite a shock to you, and terribly unexpected. I came here to check on my family, but it appears none of them survived. Then I realized you were here, so I decided it was in both our interests for two old friends to meet again. At last.
Ah, your brother, yes. Marcus, I'm very sorry. But whatever the circumstances, it does my eyes good to see you again after all these years.
Yes. Same here, old friend. Same here. So, the Keepers of Hatu in Skyrim. Who would have ever dreamed of such a time?
All right, Janice, what is it you really want? Don't forget, I know you, so out with it.
Yes, you do know me, old friend, better than most. Very well. I aim to rebuild this town, and make her my home.
Rebuild? Janice, I have no intention of helping you or anyone else rebuild a town. I'm here on other business.
Yes, I know, Valerius, but if what I propose is true, perhaps we can be mutually beneficial to one another. All I'm asking is that you hear me out. After that, if we're not in agreement, we can part ways and you'll likely never see me again. But Valerius, there's plenty of time to get to all that later. Right now, let's just catch up on old times.
Well, you're in luck, Janice. Those bandits left some fresh wine downstairs, and I need a drink.
Yes, I could use a drink too, old friend. Let me say goodbye to my new friend, and I'll join you. I can't thank you enough for your help. As agreed, here is your compensation. I apologize for that. I certainly wasn't intentionally keeping anything from you. I just wanted to meet with Valerius before I brought it up. But yes, I want to make Helgen my home. But she certainly has seen better days, that's for sure. You know, I grew up just across the border in Cyrodiil. And Helgen was always a place my family visited when I was a boy. I have many fond memories of those days. And now, with my brother and his family gone, let's just say he'd be happy that I settled here. And from what I could tell as we came in, it'll be a lot of work cleaning everything up. But nothing impossible. Then we can take a look at what's left of these buildings and begin rebuilding from there. I'm sure there'll be plenty of work for you if you're interested. Why don't you take a day and think about it? That'll give Valerius and I some time to catch up and come up with a plan. Can you return to see us in a day or so? Thank you once again, friend. I'll see you then.
Now then, Marcus, let's go get that wine. You're in one piece, so I trust your trip went smoothly.
Yes, fortunately it was without incident. Of course, I had Patsy to protect me.
Ah, yes, dear Patsy. There's not a more loyal man in all of Tamriel. And I'm pleased the road was kind to you.
How long has it been now, Val? Nearly 20 years?
It's been too long, friend, too long. So, are you still running that trading outfit out of Coral?
No, not anymore. At least now, that is. Business was slow, and it seems Cyrodiil just can't get back on its feet, Valerius.
Yes, I've heard the same thing about Hammerfell. These truly are desperate times, my friend. Desperate times indeed.
Yes. But it will get better, Valerius, for both of us. Tamriel can't stay at war forever.
Marcus Janus, ever the eternal optimist. Gods, how I remember that used to get on my nerves.
Well, we surely wouldn't want that, would we? Now then, pass that wine and let's share a toast. Then we can get down to business.
怪我しても知りませんよ。当たれ。先制します。なんとかなりましたか。一休みしましょうか。そーっと覚悟しなさい。ナクスはっそこ。集中よ。いい感じ。そこで当然です。当てる。運がなかったですね。 初めてですね。
This'll be fun. Come on!
ないですね。許しません。油断できないですね。逃がしません。
Are you looking for a fight? Huh? That can be arranged.
どこにいる？はっ、見つけたぞ。生きてスカイリムを出られないぞ。
やるしかないですか。当てる。死にたいんですね。話になります。逃がしません。怪我しても知りませんよ。運がなかったですね。来なさい。夢が甘いですね。そこ。なんとかなりましたか。いいでしょう。許しません。冷静に集中よ。覚悟しなさい。さてと、まだ強くなれるはず。 ことはない場所ね。音を立てずに。
Small clan, all the more coin. How can I argue with that? If you want anything in this life, you gotta take it.
I'm tired. I haven't slept well in weeks.
Living outside the walls is a risk, aye. But at least the guards don't come nosing around. Keep a song in your heart and a blade in your boot, Doc. Smart man.
そこまでです。
死んでしまえ。
つまらないですね。さあ、仕方ないわね。やるしかないですか。冷静に落ち着いて。
うん、何もいないじゃない。
蜂蜜今のは何だ。
集中よ。その命もらいます。
英二は大学に行けと言った。
確かに何か聞こえたんだけど。
受けてみなさい。
You want a real fun
I'm tired. I haven't slept well in weeks. I'm tired. I haven't slept well in weeks.
いい感じ。
そうか、君。秘密の魔法を手に入れたんだ。木をゴールドに変えられる。そう、木をゴールドに変えられた。 つを殺してくれ。熱量は芸術だ。あいつに向かったら
あ、人いる。
考えてみたらそんなにすぐ。釣りは芸術だ。手荒な真似をすることなく抜いて立ち去るだけ。考えてみたらそんなにすごくない。ブーツにナイフを仕込むか。武器を取り上げられるのはもう無理だ。蜂蜜酒、蜂蜜酒、蜂蜜酒。奴らを殺してたまにビールを飲むか。蜂と蜂蜜なんてどうでもいい。
The guards think they're better than all of us, and that we can just be thrown away. Those bastards.
2-3 あいつ何を考えていたんだ。あのバカ。ブーツからエースを抜き出したことにも。
There's a freedom the roads give you that the stronghold does not.
なんとかなりましたか。
Tired. I haven't slept well in weeks.
まるでどの大学のことか分かってるよ。スクーマが欲しい。輸入物のやつ。もう一度だけでいいか。
Keep a song in your heart and a blade in your boot. Smart. And
スキルが上がりましたか。
今度は懸賞金を払って街で自由に。
There's a freedom the roads give you that the stronghold does not.
living outside the walls is a risk, aye. But at least the guards don't come nosing around.
また一歩前進ね。
釣りは芸術だ。手荒な真似をすることなく抜いて立ち去るだけ。考えてみたらそんなにすごくないか。奴に金をよこせって言ったのによこした。冗談じゃない。あいつら必ず反撃してくる。誰かが死ぬことになる
音を立てずに。
Someday, you can have your own stronghold, live.
これで全力ですか。
はもううんざりだ。またあんな口の利き方をしたらあいつを殺してやる。寝ているうちにや
つまらないですね。
Keep a song in your heart and a blade in your boot, Darth said. Smart man.
茶番でしたね。
目の錯覚かしら。
何もいないじゃん。
Living outside the walls is a risk.
今のは何？
来なさい。
At least the guy.
誰かいるのか？こっちだ。
手は抜きません。
勝てると思っているのか？
諦めなさい。いいよ。そうですね。
やるものじゃないで。勝てると思ったら大間違いよ。
そっちに勝ち目はないぞ。
無駄よ。その程度でしたか。そこ。くそ。
勝てると思ったら大間違いよ。
その程度受けてみなさい。
Fool, I will see you dead. 死になさい。身ぐるみ剥がしてやるわ。ただじゃおかないわ。
無駄よ。 ですね。宣誓します。この調子ね。
会えて嬉しいよ。やっと使えるやつが来てくれたか。これで奴らも思い知ったろ。受け取れ。当然の褒美だ。いいことを教えよう。君のことは好きだ。自分の手を汚すのも厭わないからね。バルクリースの土地を購入する許可を与えよう。買い物がしたかったら私の執事と話をしてくれ。
注意しろよね。商人たちは侵略軍に武器を売りかねない。
新しい重視の枠が空いている。名誉として与えられる肩書きだが、お前のようなものなら有効に活用できる特典がある。 しかしこの肩書きを与えられるのはここの誰もが知っているものだけだ。町の人々を助けてくれたら重視にしてやろう。では行け。見事だ。随分役立ってくれたな。ほら、報酬だ。ではまた。
よく見て、探しているものが必ずあるはず。もしなかったら言ってね。しまい込んじゃってるかもしれないから。あいつらと揉め事を起こさせようと誰かが私を探してるのかしら。ハンマーフェルにいる家族は血し毒や死に惹かれる私を認めてくれなかったの。だから家を出てこんな北までやってきたわけ。巨大な墓地のあるこの町を見つけた時、心が休まったわ。店を始めてから過去を振り返ることはなかった。ここが私の場所なの。ちょっと変わってるでしょ。湿布や軟膏を買いに来た病人がホッとするような名前じゃないわね。でもファルクリースはこういうところだと思っておいた方がいいわ。この町の一番の特徴は良くも悪くも大きな墓地なのよ。だから宿屋が死んだ男の飲み物で、農場が死体の光って意味の名前だったりするの。まあよくある冗談ってやつね。きちんと後片付けするなら構わないわ。使い方は分かってるわね。2つの材料を調合すると変化が起きるのよ。例えば小麦少々とブリスターワートで治癒薬ができる。もう知っているかもしれないけど。ちなみにうちは材料も各種取り揃えて売ってるのよ。ちょっと見て。うんうん。ご用があればいつでもどうぞ。
素晴らしい出来です。
お好きなだけご覧になってください。
よし、上出来ですね。
Yes, did you need something?
Hmm? Ah, yes, we've been waiting for you. Now that you're here, we have a matter of grave importance to discuss with you. So you really think this nonsensical plan of yours will work, Val?
Janice, it has to work. We have no choice. Now then.
Reporting as ordered, sir.
Good. That armor looks good on you two.
Well, it itches, and it stinks.
It's had a dead man in it. What do you expect?
So, now that we're all here, Valerius, would you like to fill in our friend on your plan?
Did you ever stop to wonder how my men and I came to this place? Well, yes, but that's not all of it. Up until a couple of weeks ago, we were still in Cyrodiil, and our sources began reporting on new Thalmor activity taking place south of here. Rumor was that they were turning an old fort into a prison for captured Talos worshippers, and I deemed the reports credible enough to investigate. I sent my best man, Korst, on the mission. He was ordered not to confront them, but to observe only. Unfortunately, he did not return, and I'm afraid something went very wrong. About 2 weeks. After 1 week went by, we'd started to fear the worst, so we mobilized and came here. Finding Korst is the main reason we're here. This fort gave us the perfect spot to rest, resupply, and prepare to find out what happened to him. So, we eliminated the bandits, took over the fort, and tried to blend in and not draw attention to ourselves. Yes. Fortunately, the Imperials left everything behind when they abandoned this place. It looks like Elenwen herself was here. I need you to pose as an Imperial officer with orders to transfer Korst back to Elenwen for interrogation. Legion prisoner transfer parties always travel in groups of 3, so Falco and Sienna will be going with you. As you can see, they're already in Imperial uniform, and you must do the same if this has any chance of working. We found some officer's armor that should fit you, and Alton put a little enchantment on it for you. It's only worn by high-ranking officers, so it should help you carry a bit more influence. If you have any other powers of persuasion, this would be the time to use them. Perhaps between the two it will be enough for this to work. While searching the fort, we found a communique from her own hand, and were able to forge a transfer order to give to the men at the prison. If the Thalmor officers question you, remind them you're a special envoy from the embassy, and they had best comply. Hopefully it'll be enough, but if not, you may have to resort to the old-fashioned way of negotiating. Yes, it certainly will be. And make no mistake, those Thalmor bastards are beyond brutal. And I've heard there's a particularly ruthless justiciar named Arundel who may be in charge there. If it's the Arundel I know, you can be certain he will kill you on sight, so you must be careful. Thank you, friend. You know, Marcus seems to be quite impressed with you. And well, if he trusts you, then I trust you. The prison is located south of here, on the road past Fort Newgrad, heading to the Cyrodiil border. Here, I'll mark it on your map. Here's your armor. Don't forget to put it on. Please return as soon as you can, and good luck.
The Civil War, it's bad for Skyrim. Let's hope it ends quickly.
許しません。初めてですね。こんなところにありましたか。
Who are you? And what do you want? You're not even in uniform. Do you take me for a fool, spy? Guards, to arms!
邪魔ですか。軽い。この程度。
燃えちゃえばいいのよ。もういいでしょ。燃えちゃえばいいのよ。
助かります。 手は抜きません。
誰かいるのか？
いいでしょう。
いた！
集中よ。
燃えろ！もういいだろ！
いた！
背中は任せますね。集中よ。
殺さないで！
集中よ。助かります。覚悟しなさい。音を立てずに。
気のせいみたいだな。今のは何だ？あ、そこ気のせいみたいだな。死に損ないが。
面倒ね。集中よ。さすがですね。集中よ。
今のは何だ？いた！燃えろ！
後で蜂蜜酒ごちそうしますね。 集中よ。集中よ。愚かね。当てる。いけ。
いた。
なんだ、こんな不正が行われたら誰かが辛い思いをするだろう。
仕方ないわね。
もういいだろう。その惨めな人生を終わりにしてやろう。
頼もしいですね。 許しません。
今のは何？
誰ですか？
殺さないで。
当てる。さてと。やるしかないですか？行きなさい。
燃えろ。
集中よ。無事ですか？背中は任せますね。面倒ね。
燃えばいいのよ。
そこまでです。あちらのとかなりましたか？
Please, get me down from here. Release the shackles. Thank you. Let me see if I can walk. So dizzy. So weak. Can't walk.
Sienna, he's not gonna make it if you don't help him. See what you can do.
Hang on, Korst. I'll have you as good as new in a second.
Yes, that's much better now, Sienna. Thank you. Falco? Sienna? What are you doing here?
Valerius sent us to find you and bring you home. Did you think we would let you rot in here? No, not all of them. Our new friend here is quite a fighter.
Yes. Who is this with you? I've never seen her before.
A traveler and a new friend of Marcus Janus. Of course, you won't believe it. Marcus is in Skyrim.
Marcus Janus in Skyrim? You must be drinking too much meat again, Falco.
No, it's true. And he's back in Helgen with Valerius.
Helgen? I bet Valerius never saw that one coming. Why is Marcus here?
I'm not sure, but something about rebuilding Helgen, I think. Of course, we can talk about that later. We need to go.
Yes. Let's get out of here before any more of those Dalmor maggots show up.
Well, you can't travel like that. Is your gear around here anywhere?
Yes. I believe they put it in this chest over there. Let me see. Yes, there it is. That's much better. Perhaps our new friend here will lead the way. We will be right behind you.
いい感じ。
Something else I can do for you? Shore's bones. I see now why Marcus has spoken so highly of you. Quite impressive. Now, let's see if we can find out what in the name of Akatosh is going on in that prison. Forrest, thank the gods you're safe. But how in Oblivion were you even captured?
I don't know how they found me. It's like they knew exactly where I was hiding. I never had a chance to escape.
Well, thanks to our new friend, you're okay now. Tell me what you learned.
It's a prison, all right, and it's heavily guarded inside. Well, it was heavily guarded. There are none alive in there now. The commandant was never there that I could tell.
Did anyone mention where he was?
I overheard the guards joking about him getting soft in their embassy and spending too much time with some whore from the Tormas Tavern. But that's all I could hear them say.
Did you learn anything else?
Well, I didn't think much of it at the time, but I overheard a guard talking about how many prisoners were coming and going from the prison. And I noticed several new prisoners that probably get taken away while I was there, just like he said. And they were not tortured, beaten, or starved either. I guess they saved all of that for me. And wait. Yes, one group had a family, a woman and a small child, but he was not old enough to fight. The guard was joking about raping the woman and selling the child to bandits as a slave. Could that be true? They are selling slaves?
Well now, that's certainly a lot to chew on. Excellent work, old friend. I'll check and see if any of my sources know about any of this. Thank you, Korst. You go get something to eat and some sleep. I need you well rested. Dismissed. You've done me a great service, friend. You saved his life, and for that I will never be able to repay you. Is there anything else you can add? Did you hear anything about slaves? That is odd, isn't it? So it looks like the elves are up to no good. Huh. Where else to easily kidnap people than in Skyrim? All they have to say is that they're worshipping Talos. I'm sure many of these enforcers skulking about in Skyrim are under their command. I know you've had a long day, and I won't keep you. We'll let you know when we have anything new. But please, check in with Marcus as soon as you can. Thank you again, my friend.
I praise the Nine you came along. Your help thus far has been invaluable, but it's time to make some difficult choices. Valerius and I have spoken at length about this, and we value your opinion. We need more guards for the hold, as there's only a few of us right now. We're vulnerable to attack from several fronts, especially from the entrance through the caves, as well as the two main gates. There is no possible way the laborers and carpenters can begin their work if they're not able to do so safely. We need more guards. The obvious advantage is that they hate the Thalmor as much as we do. They'll probably even help our little insurgency if we ask. They surely would provide us with sanctuary if we were discovered. There's no doubt that our cause would be safe. However, we're not convinced the Stormcloaks can win this war. And if they lose the war, this fort may just fall back into Imperial hands. But siding with the Stormcloaks will open the door to new recruits who want to worship Talos in any manner they see fit. And any free society should be able to do so, without fear of imprisonment or death. So I understand their cause, and it's a noble one. While I hate to turn my back on the Empire I served for so many years, they turned their back on me many years ago. Well, if you're looking at the big picture, a united empire is the only real hope of ever defeating the Thalmor once and for all. Skyrim under Stormcloak rule would most likely weaken the Empire in the end, and Ulfric would not be able to defeat the Thalmor. Yes, Skyrim would have its independence, but at what cost to the rest of Tamriel? The Thalmor is not as weak as you may believe. Ask why the Empire has allowed them into Skyrim to hunt down the Talos worshippers. The only possible reason is to preserve this tenuous peace treaty. Believe me, we have no love for Titus Mede II, but we love our country. Sometimes, hard decisions must be made for the greater good. Titus left many of our brothers to die at the hands of the Aldmeri during the Great War. For that, he'll have to answer to the gods. Valerius and I care about Tamriel, not necessarily the Empire. But, if we are ever to return to the peaceful country we once had, well, I believe a strong and united empire is the only way. Okay. Whatever you decide, just come back to me when you're ready to discuss it. Oh, hello. Need something? Dragonborn. I always heard the legends in my childhood, but we always thought they were fairy tales. But they're true. I praise the Nine you came along. Your help thus far. Valerius and I have spoken. We're vulnerable to it. There is no possible way the laborers and carpenters can begin their work if they're not able to do so safely. That depends much on you, actually. Neither the Empire or the Stormcloaks are likely to lend assistance to anyone outside their ranks. To try and solicit their help would require you to, at a minimum, join their respective army. After you do so, we may be able to put you in contact with someone we know, who may send a few guards for the settlement. I hoped that's what you would say. In fact, I already had Patsy post some notices in a few of the inns here in Skyrim. So far, he's made it to Whiterun, Solitude, Riften, Dawnstar, and Windhelm. But he says he doesn't care for carriages anymore, though. Check around in those inns to see if our notices have produced any potential recruits. If you can find, let's say, around 5 or 6 recruits, with the proper training from Korst, that should get us started. Have the recruits to gather in the courtyard, and when you're finished, report to Korst for further instructions. Good luck, and be safe.
You must have enjoyed taking down that prison. I should have been there with you to rescue Korst. Thank you again, friend.
Hello. I was wondering if I could talk to you for a second. I just wanted to introduce myself mostly. I'm Sienna. There, formal introduction over. I feel better now, don't you? Well, I like moonlit walks through the old ruins. candlelit workshops, and the feel of cold steel in my hand. You know, the same stuff as other women. You do know I'm a Breton, don't you? We're known for our magic, even if I don't use it as much as I should. If you're wondering how I ended up with a bunch of old soldiers from the Great War, they saved my life. When the elves burnt our farm, my parents hid me in a basket in the woods. Balfring found me and gave me to an orphanage until the war in Hammerfell was over, but he kept in touch through the years. And when I was old enough to be on my own, I joined them. He taught me everything I know about fighting, and especially armoring. Say, from what I saw at the prison, you know how to handle yourself out there. But if you ever want any company, come and get me, okay?
Out of all the people to help us, a dragonborn. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it with my own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
入って必要なものがあれば何なりと。火のそばに座ってすぐ人をやりますから。この仕事を十分楽しんでるけど辞める準備はできてる。宿屋をイソルダに売ろうと考えているの。さてと何がお望み？ちょっと見て。他に何か必要なら言ってね。何がいい？ちょっと見て。マグを洗わなくちゃいけないの。
Why, yes, I am. Well, I have a decent suit of armor and a well-made steel blade. And I'm Breton. Not really to speak of, like, war or anything. The Great War ended when I was just a kid. But I did see a mud crab down by the water recently. I stayed clear of him, though. They're horrible creatures. Oh, please, please don't say that. I made it all the way here from High Rock on my own. I know I can do it if you just give me a chance. No one in my family ever did anything exciting. No one has been on any adventures or done any exploring. In fact, I'm the first one in my family to ever travel this far from home. I come from a long line of boring non-adventurers, all the way back to my great-great-grandfather, Nondrick. The most exciting thing he ever did was pick flowers and get chased by a wolf. But I want to be the first to break that tradition. So please, please at least let me try. I promise you won't be disappointed. Oh, like a test. And if I make it there, I pass. Very clever.
温かい食べ物に温かい飲み物、それに快適なベッドが用意してありますよ。
Ah, yes. We were told someone would meet us here. I guess that would be you. My sister and I are interested. We are both excellent swordsmen and specialize in stealth, quickness, and accuracy. Orianthe is also a very skilled archer. We came from Hammerfell on a mission to find a woman here in Skyrim. You've probably seen more of my countrymen around. Since I could not find enough evidence to make me believe this woman is guilty of her accusations, I refused to apprehend her. As a result, we've been ostracized by our brethren. And thanks to the Admiri Dominion, we have no family left in Hammerfell. We have decided to stay here for a while, so we are looking for work. I promise, you will not find two warriors more suited for your work than us. Oh, like a test? And if we make it there, we pass. Very clever.
Building 部屋をお探しで心配ご無用。旅人は悪夢を見ないらしいからね。
これは私のお気に入りです。私たちみんなが大好きな伝説の戦士の心臓を英雄は
ちょっと見てくれ。
また強くなれるはず。
来たる来たるはドラゴンボーン、ノルドに伝わる秘術とともに信じよ来たるおドラゴンボーン、横島なる者は滅びある時人
ウィンキングスキーバーへようこそ。どうぞ雰囲気を楽しみ、おくつろぎを。ウィンキングスキーバーへようこそ。ほら、これを見ろ。市長の部下がここに来て手配書を置いていった。
メダルが震えている。
また疲れたら、ぜひウィンキングスキーバーに。
Yes, the prey has finally found the hunter, no? No? Giotto sees this, and this is good. But the hunter waits for you. The hunter is skilled in the sword and the bow. Giotto served many years aboard ships from elsewhere as deckhand and guard. Giotto has many stories he could tell of wondrous places he has seen. Giotto likes the night. Stars very pretty in Skyrim. Giotto sees better at night. Can be very sneaky then. Oh, very bad, my last ship. Very, very bad. Sailors no like Giotto's dog. Sailors kill Giotto's dog and throw him in the sea.
これはスカイリムの心強い守護者。
Yes,
帝国に
Giotto
捧げ
likes
た
dogs.
叙情歌です。
Dogs are pretty. Can you get Giotto dog sometime?
苦難の時は今終わりを告げる。血と鋼の石で敵を追い払おう。奪われた故郷を
Oh,
取り
sad.
戻そう。
That ship, very bad. Giotto live and stay in Skyrim for a while. Look for work.
打ち破った日には飲み歌おう。
大したお願いじゃない。
我らは戦う命の
Oh,
限り。
like a test. And if the hunter make it there, we pass. Very clever.
それでもこの地は我らのもの。今こそ取り戻せ夢と希望。フルフリックにしよう。大殺しの悪と打ち破った日には飲み歌おう。
退屈になったら会いに来てくれ。どうぞ皆さん。
さあ入って。必要なものがあれば何なりと。火のそばに座って。すぐ人をやりますから。焼きたてのパンといいチーズがあるわ。軽く食べたいのだったらどうぞ。ごゆっくりどうぞ。物は壊さないでね。
Yeah, I guess so. All my life I've been picked on because I'm small. Everyone has always said I can't do the things I want to do because of it. I want to be a warrior like the great Nords throughout history. It's just that no one has ever believed in me. They say warriors aren't supposed to be little. But they don't understand that small also means quick and agile, light on your feet and stealthy. You don't have to be a lumbering brute to be a good fighter. Yes, and I'm good with the sword as well as with the bow. I would make an excellent guard, and will defend my post to the death if necessary. Do I get the job? Oh, it's like a test, and if I make it there, I pass. Very clever.
"名前はナイルズ。キャンブルハウスホールの料理人だ。
一体どうしたいんだ？誰かに大きな借りがあるんだけど、多分バグを売ってもらい、サファイアからゴール、サファイアは金を返せって言うし。本当か？ありがたい。
肉はどれも清潔だし、ホームを買えば
スカイリム一番の価格と極上の品質だよ。
野菜は冬の朝みたいに。
ゴールドを持っているならここに来て正解ね。椅子を持ってきて。
As you can see, there are many of my kind here in this town. They all said, come to Riften and make yourself a new life here. So Wanandun comes. And for what? There is nothing for me here. What would Wanandun do? Work in the fishery? Join the thieves? I'm not a thief, and I hate fish. Yes, finally you came. That's the only reason I know leave this place. But Wanandun was about to give up on you. Oh, but yes, Wanandun is equally skilled in steel as well as stealth. I am now practicing my skills with the big sword. But I am able to use my bow anytime I need to. Wanandun has not much use for the magic arts, but can heal self if I need to. Oh, like a test, and if I make it there, I pass. Very clever.
Gold があるなら大歓迎。ないならとっとと出て行って。また会いに戻ってきてね。
この調子ね。